Everyone knows Mario, Pikachu, Sonic, and Master Chief. But what if I told you there's another mascot out there that I truly believe puts them all to shame? I'm talking about you and me. Today, I want to explore the simple genius of Miis and why they left such an imprint on all of us. And if you're like,
okay, they're just weird-looking humanoid characters, it's not that deep, bro,
then buckle up, my friend. I'm going to tell you exactly why I think they've become such a staple in the world of gaming mascots, and why they are ingrained in my mind to this day. But before I get into that, please consider subscribing and liking the video. It took a lot of time and effort to make this, and it would really help me out. Anyway, let's dive in. So, in order to understand where I'm actually coming from, let's first answer this question. What makes a good mascot? At the core of the most successful franchises, gaming, sports, fast food,
insurance,
is a memorable mascot. But sticking to gaming, let's take a look at Mario. Nintendo put this little Italian dude on a pedestal, and people absolutely love him. His face alone on a piece of box art, or even his name in the title, it's going to give someone a rough idea of what they'll be playing. And because of his recognizability, Nintendo honestly could just slap him onto anything from racing games all the way to a baseball field. Shout out Mario Super Sluggers. As a side note, when I was in college, my roommate and I beat that entire story in one insanely long crust session on our living room couch. And no, I'm not proud of that. But anyway, the point at hand here is this. Mascots are really important. So when the Wii came out, it would have made perfect sense for Nintendo to go with Mario as their cover guy, but there was a small issue with this line of thought. The main appeal and goal of the Wii was basically to introduce literally everyone to gaming. The simplistic design of the TV remote looking controller and the console, along with these simple to understand motion controls, really furthers this point. They wanted the Wii to be accessible from younger kids all the way to your strange great uncle Cletus. If Mario was the Wii's mascot, then I think that a lot of people would have probably associated it with a more younger audience just because of Mario's reputation. And from this comes what I think was probably one of the most brilliant moves in all of gaming, even to this day. The introduction of you. And I think I could speak for a lot of people when I say that the Wii is one of those consoles that hold some of our fondest gaming memories from the early and mid-2000s. We all love the Wii, and I'm definitely no exception to that. The Wii not only changed the entire landscape of gaming with the introduction of these motion controls, but it also reinvented the way in which people thought about the entire concept of gaming. Before the Wii, the public consensus I feel like was kind of like, gaming's either for kids, or a mega nerd, or some crusty dude that lives in his mom's basement. And quite frankly, I've been all of these at some point. And I know that you might think that I'm getting off track here, but going back to the point that I made earlier about the Wii being appealing to kids all the way to your great creepy Uncle Cletus, how could a company change this stigma? I mean, in hindsight, it's actually kind of simple. The introduction of the Miis. And I think we all know the Wii came with that iconic launch title, Wii Sports, and this showed off the capabilities and simplicity of the motion controls. The first time you booted up the console, you might have been like, what the hell are these things? And then you discovered the Mii channel. Also, a small tie-in that I think is insanely cool, and I'm pretty sure it's kind of well known at this point, but I'm just going to say it again because it blows my mind. Notice how the Wii homepage has a bunch of channels, and the Wiimote looks like a TV remote? Everyone knows how to use a TV remote, so by that logic, everyone should know how to use the Wii right off the bat. And Miis were perfect for the introduction of the Wii, because they introduced the core concept of the Wii to its fans. The console was made for everyone, and the controls literally parallel your movements, so you, your family, and your creations are the new cast of characters that headline this console. With the control scheme as simple and personal as the Wii's, it only made sense that you were both the creator and the visionary for Nintendo's new mascots. It just works perfectly. Anyway, you're in the Mii channel now, and you can create yourself to be the face of your gaming experience. And it's incredible. Think about this. What would be more fun? A character that you had no personal ties to playing in a game of Wii Baseball? Or the Mii version of your grandma throwing a perfect game and going 3 for 3 with 3 homers? I think that this factor alone kept players interested in playing these games over and over again. On top of this, the development of skill points in each of the game categories meant that you, yourself, could truly see progress being made as you got better at the games. So what I'm trying to say is that the Wii and Wii Sports represented such a huge shift in gaming that there was no mascot more perfect than the Mii. It had to be me. And you. Nobody had to learn any weird character names or understand any background lore to become invested before hopping in. All that was needed was the creation of your Mii. After that, the immersion and the emotional gravity of the competitions that you faced yourself with were already baked into the game right from the start. It's you on the screen hitting home runs or shanking your drive into the woods. And that's why I think it makes wins feel so much sweeter and those losses feel that much more painful and frustrating. It's a big reason why I think that it's still a common console that people go back to and play, no matter what age. And another more personal thing that I just love so much about the Wii is the Mii channel. If you're like me, you might still have your childhood Wii in your possession. And honestly, I played my Wii a lot. And I had a pretty decent catalog of Miis. I'd say that I played the Wii just about daily up from when I received it from my parents, probably around 2007 through around 2012-ish, and that's kind of when I phased it out a bit after all those years of play. Then, like 5 years after that, when I went to college, I decided it was time to dust it off and bring it with me to enjoy with my roommates, and honestly I've been playing pretty regularly ever since. Like, as a side note, pretty much all this footage in this video is a screen recording of playing through Wii Sports with my roommate. But what really struck me was the first time turning on the console after those years of it being dormant. The first thing that I wanted to do was go to the Mii channel to see all of the people who were created over my handful of years with the console. I saw versions of myself from my childhood and my early teenage years, old close childhood friends who I haven't spoken to in years, and even some family members who are since long gone and passed away. But they were all still just right there, staring up at me from that little lobby of the Mii channel. I still, to this day, find this to be incredibly bittersweet, and I remember the first time booting up my Wii after all those years of not doing so, just having this same feeling of nostalgic sadness, yet fondness at the same time. And yeah, obviously the characters don't look realistic to who the people are, but the resemblance was there. And more importantly, the memories just came flooding back to me too. Like, I remember as a kid sitting there during the creation process of my friends and family's different Miis. And each individual Mii on that channel really does have their own story. To me, that's my absolute favorite thing about the mascots of this console. Nintendo basically created, probably unbeknownst to them, a time capsule that will forever be holding our childhood memories on this one simple channel. And that's really the thing about Miis. This personal aspect sets them apart from any other character in video games, period. These rather lackluster avatars, made with a limited number of simple facial features, have layers and layers of the best lore and design that you'll ever find in a game. Because it's your lore and design. Alright, enough sappy stuff. If you weren't interested in playing as yourself even, the Mii could bend in shape to come whoever or whatever you wanted it to be. A boxing match between Jake Paul and Nate Robinson? Wait, that somehow sadly happened in real life. A boxing match between Peter Griffin and Danny DeVito? Yeah, go for it. And then from there you have the Check Me Out channel. I remember being thrilled when I discovered this because you were able to check out other people's Miis across the world, and you could even import them over onto your Mii Plaza. It really developed like this basically worldwide community of people who were just doing the same thing, chilling and playing the Wii. Games like Wii Sports, Wii Fit, and even other titles like Mario Kart Wii encouraged us to inject ourselves into the game. Whether you were playing tennis or speeding down Rainbow Road with your Mii, the experience was and always will be uniquely yours. So yeah, the introduction of Miis, in my opinion, was probably one of the smartest yet subtle marketing or design plays that I've ever seen up until that point. Sure, there were other games and franchises that tested their hands at these different types of customization or character creation. Like Xbox tried to do the same thing with the 360 Connect, but I don't know, it it just didn't hit the same. And maybe it's because I grew up playing these Nintendo games, but there's just something different about the Miis for me. And I really think it's the simplicity of Wii Sports combined with the Miis that just make them such a powerful combo. All that was needed to create an incredible community, lasting memories, and seemingly unlimited variations and possibilities were just some sports and you. I still think a lot about the Mii, and the incredible times that I had, and quite frankly still have as I play. I'd really love to hear some of your memories from your Wii era, and would love to see if you agree with me that Miis truly are the pinnacle of the gaming mascot. If not, alright, fine, sorry. Anyway, that's all I got today. Thanks for watching. Watch out, Matt's gonna punch you! Oh, he's gonna punch you,